So hey, what's up you guys? This is DarthZadyBun for ZHM Entertainment here, and I'm doing a video review today on a pretty kick-ass figure. Now if you're new to the channel, please be sure to subscribe and press on the little bell there to get an update about my newest videos. Now as I was saying, I'm having a look at the DC Collectibles Harley Quinn figure. This is based on the Bombshell line of figures. Now the Bombshells are basically rendered in the art style of Ant Lucia, who bases his work on the pin-up girl posters of World War II. Now, this is a pretty kick-ass figure. I have to say I was very impressed by it. It's a 12-inch figure, so it's roughly in the 1/6 scale. It is a massive figure, very heavy and made out of cold cast porcelain. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about that slightly later. Now, in the meanwhile, though, I just want to talk about how impressed I was with this. Just going right off the bat, I have to say this is one of the more impressive figures in the line, and it's definitely worth picking up. And I'm going to tell you why in just a moment. Now, as is always the case with reviews like this, what we're going to do is we're going to consider the two essential or cardinal points, and those being the aesthetics and, of course, the ish factor. Now, when we talk about aesthetics, what we mean is the overall visual appeal of the statue, and when we talk about ish factor, well, I'm going to tell you a bit more about that in a few moments. For right now, I would like for us to cross over to the aesthetics. Now, basically, when you have a look at this figure, what you see is a very beautiful Harley Quinn. I mean, she really, I don't know where to start. Okay, so I'm going to focus on the face for just a second. As you can see, beautiful detailing over there, wonderful eye work, wonderful lip work, paint work, everything's amazing. The fine sculpted details, each lock of hair, brilliant. In fact, as you go down the statue as well, you can see that the musculature, it's very light, very feminine, very nicely done, and overall just such a kick-ass figure. When you look at the sculpt work as well, some very fine detailing all throughout. You can see that Joker card there, and that's quite nicely rendered. There's this utility belt with very fine sculpted details as well, some subtle shading all throughout. In terms of paint work, I really love what they do with it. In fact, talking about fine details, if you look at the gun there's a little Batman figure attached to it. I thought that was really cute, really on point. Overall, on the topic of paintwork, as you can see, there's a Joker motif on the back, and you can see the fine painted details there. I just apologize for the quality of the photo. Moving right ahead, though, coming down to the base, as I said before, it is a pretty kick-ass base, very solid. It is pretty much, well, it's meant to look like a missile flying through clouds, as it were over here. It's solid. This thing is solid. I won't lie. It adds some heft to the statue. Though what I do worry about is, there are some smaller pieces to it, like you see the little thingies flying over here at the back, and the little cloud pieces over there as well. Those may be prone to breakage, but other than that, wow, I'm just so impressed by it. Coming all the way up, right the way from the bottom, it's just kick-ass. Now, age factor. When we talk about age factor, we assess the degree to which a figure makes you go ish with excitement, or in contrast, it makes you go sort of like ish, with disappointment. So when you look at this figure over here, now it's an overall assessment. So basically what you have over here is a beautifully sculpted, marvelously rendered figure. It has all the little bells and whistles and some nice little details I don't really have time to chat about right now, but suffice to say, in terms of the visual appeal, it is on point. As far as the build is concerned, everything felt very solid. It is in two pieces, so there's a little bit of assembly required, but other than that, once you pop it, it should be fine. With that being said, though, it is a cold cast porcelain statue, so the usual warnings apply. Be careful where you put it, be careful how you handle it, that kind of thing. But aside from that, it is pretty solid. I do worry about the ponytails. Will those last? I do worry about the little ribbon thingies at the back over there at the base of the missile. How well will those last? But provided you keep this here in the display case, you should be fine. In terms of accuracy to the artwork, I have to say it is almost as though they took this figure like right off the page and rendered in 3D. I was really impressed with this. As far as the paintwork is concerned, there's no slop, there's no running, there's no bleeding or anything of the sort. It really is a high-end collectible. It is it is a high quality collectible. Unfortunately, my lighting setup did wash out some of the more subtle paint details, but I assure you that all the little dry brushing and all the little facets of shading over there, those are there as well. So overall, I have to say this elicits it is now ish, and I have no hesitation whatsoever in recommending it. So yeah, go out and grab it. That's all I can say.